Tim Moore here with TLC Pressure Washing, and the question is though, can $2 or $3 save you thousands of dollars? And it can if you live in an area where it gets cold. If it gets cold all the time, or it gets cold every once in a while, this can actually save you a lot of money in the long run. About once a year, maybe twice a year, consistently in spring, I'll hook up to a faucet to wash, and I'll have low water pressure. And I've had people go, oh yeah, for some reason that has low water pressure where the rest of them, and I'm like, I bet you 10 to 1 there's a problem. So this is the scenario. What happens is, like last night it got down to 30 degrees. Tonight it's getting down to 28. And what they'll have is they'll have their hose connected on their outside water faucet, or what you call sealcock, and it'll freeze. Now it doesn't bust right there most of the time, where you see water gushing out. It busts behind the like, here's your wall, here's the faucet, and it goes through the wall and it busts back here. So what happens is when it's turned off, there's no water flow because it turns off way back here. But when you turn it on and you're utilizing it, it'll flow out. But once you put back the pressure up and put a hose pipe on it, and you're washing your car, you're watering plants in spring, you're washing off the siding or something like that, what happens is the pressure backs up, and this is just gushing water. And you can't hear it. It's very difficult to hear. You can't see it. You don't see it, but behind that wall is just spewing water. And I'll show you this in just a second. I'm going to show you how to put this on and things like that. But anyway, so what happens is you use the water over and over again all summer for years at a time. And if it's if it's got a basement or a crawl space, water just gushing out as long as you've got the water running and you're doing something, and it just stays wet underneath the house. Now that can cause mold and mildew really quick. And of course then the remediation for mold and mildew under a house is extremely expensive. But another thing that can happen, and we've had this happen not to me but for another contractor, is he called me and said, the lady said we flooded her house. And he's like, I have no clue why. She wasn't home, I washed for 2 hours, and she's got a flood. What happens is, if you've got a slab on grade house construction where you've got the concrete and you've got the house, well, the pipes aren't in the concrete more than likely around here, they're in the wall. So what happens is the outside spigot is designed in the wall, and then back here is not underneath the house, it's the house. So when that starts backing up water and water starts spewing out, holy crap, you got sheetrock, you got floors, you've got, it's an extreme cost at that point. So it can be thousands of dollars and 6 months of repair and stuff like that, with even though your insurance company could cover that, you're still out a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of hassle. So these little things right here for $1.42 at Walmart is a faucet cover, and it's very easy to use. You take off your hose, which is important either way. If it's going to get cold, you want to take that off. You slide this little thing back, which causes this to come out. This hooks over some part of the faucet to do like this, and then when you pull on this, right, you push that and you pull on this, it's hard to do one-handed, it covers the faucet, and this helps insulate. They're cheap. It seems to work pretty well. Number one, you've taken the faucet off. That's an important part. Number two, you've got something to insulate, and that's going to save you thousands of dollars potentially. And so, I'll show you here how we actually put those on here in a second, and I'll show you where it actually busts most of the time, and the reason why. Like in our personal house, it goes into the house. A lot of them go underneath the house, and I discover about 1 or 2 a year, most of the time in spring, when people say, oh, I need my house washed, it's springtime, we're gonna, you know, be out there, and then I'm like, okay, we got a problem, and so I'm looking for another faucet. So anyway, that's how a couple of bucks can save you thousands and thousands of dollars. So take it as it is and enjoy. Till more TLC Pressure Washing. So here we are in a typical faucet, outside faucet, and the first thing you're going to do to attach one of these little faucet covers is to turn off your water. Yeah. Release that pressure. Take that off, and this little round thing is going to attach either here, or if you got, some people can put it here, but most of the time it's here. And you're going to kind of pull it and kind of pull it there. And that is going to assist in insulating. Of course, if you got brick, it's a lot more, or if you got hardy board, it's usually a lot more insulated. You can do it like that or that, but that's going to help a little bit because it's not going to break here. Let me show you where that's going to break. It's going to break right there. See if I can get some light on that so you can see. That's where it comes into the wall. Right there. Oh, it's dusty back there. It's cobwebs. But that's where it would break, and what would happen is when you turn the water on, that would be gushing water, and it would gush water all the way down here and all the way here, and it'd mess up the floor, and it'd mess up the walls, and this would make a heck of a mess. It'd be changing out a lot of stuff. So that's the reason why you want to have one of those, and they're very cheap, and they'll save you thousands of dollars.